Hello, I'm Isaac Lawrence Alunote. Welcome to S24 TV News for Friday, October the 18th, 2019. Here's what is coming up. Ghana, Nigeria to meet over border trade disputes. Upper East region death toll hits 29 over downpour. 45 deaths recorded in Congolese prison over poor health care. Tanzania imports 30 million condoms amid shortage fears. And in sports, NBA opens new facilities in Rwanda. Coming up straight with the details after the break. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integrations, Mrs. Shirley Ayoko Bochwe, has said efforts have been made to meet the President of Nigeria to explore ways of dealing with the extreme difficulties faced by Ghanaian traders and companies following the closure of the Nigerian border since August 21, 2019. Nigeria closed its border to Benin on August 20, 2019 in an attempt to stop the smuggling of contraband goods, including food and petrol, across the border, a situation which has had devastating impact on Benin, Nigeria's neighbor to the west, that has been a key exporter of foodstuffs to Africa's most populous country. Ms. Bochwe said continuation of the closure of the border without an end in sight may lead to political tension in countries severely affected. She stated she called for an urgent review of the decision to close the border to ensure a return to normal regional trade in the interest of the commitments of West African countries to regional integration. In response, the Nigerian High Commissioner to Ghana, Olufemi Michael Abikoye, thanked the ministry for giving his country a listening ear and assured of Nigerians' commitment to find an amicable solution to the problem. Earlier today in the studio, we spoke to Mr. Darlington Omokofe on this issue. Hear what he has to say.
Do you think this is a blessing in disguise to the federal government of Nigeria, or do you think the border should be reopened so that normal business activities can take place, because it is really affecting other countries?
Well, let me first say very good day to your viewers across the world watching you right now. But again, it's a very good thing for Nigeria. Do not forget that Nigeria is currently facing what we call security challenges with Boko Haram and, of course, economical wars and all that. But again, looking at closing up the borders, it has really, put Boko Haram in a very tight corner. They really do not have the weapons they used to have before now. Yes. Before now, you and I know what was happening in Nigeria. Boko Haram's having supply of weapons from these borders. Some time ago, Ghana arrested a vehicle, in short, a trailer full of weapons, automatic weapons. And when the information got out, we discovered that those weapons were being sent to Nigeria. Weapons have been discovered on this same semi-border, at the Chad-Nigerian border, Niger-Nigeria border, and the government said, we want to make sure security in our country is tight. Let's try everything possible to cut these bandits, these terrorists, from getting weapons. That is number one. Number two, Benin Republic is a population of 16 million people, just less than the population of Lagos alone. And now we have over 100,000 tons of rice at their port, their import novel. Where is that going to? Nigeria. I saw a video of over 1,000 bikes crossing illegally into Nigeria, each of the bikes holding 4 bags of rice each. Do the calculation. 4 bags of rice times 1,000. How much is that? How many is that in all? So when we're looking at all this, it is good for Nigeria. Now, but again, the only disadvantage that I think it's wrong for us is that it shows how weak we are. Because one, if you cannot man your border effectively, it shows that you are not security or securely sound. That is the worst situation, the worst case in this whole situation. But let's talk about getting income, talking about getting money from the border closure and border restrictions. I think that is good for Nigeria. No.
Okay, because the Minister of Budget Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, said was it on Tuesday that it's going to be reopened, that Nigerian government is already making negotiations to reopen the border. So, and a lot of things too are going on. Even some Nigerians are crying that the borders should be open. Do you
Why are they
think
crying?
Because it's like
should ask you that
they don't
question.
get what they were getting
Illegally.
illegally.
Illegally. That's what we're trying to say. I'm
wait,
not a
let me-
supporter.
let me-
Sorry, sir. Let me cut you, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It should show. But I'm not a supporter of the government. But again, let's look at this. Let's call a spade a spade. We all want Nigeria to be good. We all want Nigeria to be the supposed giant of Africa that we think it should be, right? But again, if we cannot close all these loopholes, how do Nigeria become the supposed giant of Africa?
2 more people have been confirmed dead following the torrential rainfall that hit the Upper East region of Ghana recently. This brings the dead toll so far to 29. A total of 1,384 houses have totally collapsed, while 2,658 others have partially collapsed. The Upper East Regional Directorate of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, says it is still assessing the situation in order to swiftly respond to the needs of affected victims. Meanwhile, the Deputy Upper East Regional Minister, Frank Adongo Fuseni, and the Northern Regional Minister are expected to visit some of the affected areas. We had warnings from the National Security and the Ghana Meteo Agency many months ago. It came late because the time we expected that the rains would come, it didn't come, so this one took us by surprise. He added that the Regional Coordinating Council may have to seek external support if the rains continue. Most of the deaths from the torrential rainfall were recorded in the Kasena-Nankana West district. The worst hit districts are the Busa North, Busa South, Kasena-Nankana Municipal, Kasena-Nankana West, and Bunduri. Medical staff working at a prison in Bukavu in east of the Democratic Republic of Congo says 45 inmates have died due to lack of care since the beginning of the year. Some sick prisoners were taken to the city's main hospital, but it reportedly did not have enough drugs to treat them. Prison health workers have now gone on strike over the lack of medicine and equipment, as well as pay arrears. There have been long concerns over the condition in Congolese prisons. Last June, over a 19-month period, around 40 inmates had died, most from malnutrition at a facility at Umbaza in Ngugi, south of the capital, Kinshasa. Tanzania health authorities have imported 30 million condoms to curb a shortage reported earlier this year in the East African country. Oh yes, you heard it right. Tanzania health authorities have imported condoms to curb shortage. Many are concerned